Linda Barcz from the Barcz Company is here taking your calls at 270-9933. I noticed my Asian lilies are starting to grow.
There you go. See, everything is coming in very slowly this year.
It's one of these. I have one that exact color.
Is that right?
Yeah.
See, these can be saved if you want, like the traditional Easter lily. That's great, but you can also have these lilies that then you plant outside in your garden. And the little plant that is just down in front of that, cute little pansy, is combined with lettuce and parsley, so that you can decorate your table with this, and then you can eat this also. It's a cute little pansy.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Uh-huh.
Salad right in front of you.
Lettuces are actually very attractive.
Yeah, very nice. And this hydrangea?
Hydrangea, yes. This particular one is a floral hydrangea, so it will not survive our winters, but it sure is pretty while it's in bloom.
It's a houseplant.
Yes.
All right, let's get to the calls. We'll start with Suzanne in Madison. Hi, Suzanne. What's your question?
I have an amaryllis, and it has flowered this winter, and now it's got these long green stems. Do I cut them off, plant it outside? What do I do with it?
Okay. Amaryllis, what you want to do is that big green stem, when that dies back, that carried the flowers, you can cut that off, but the rest of the leaves, those strap-like leaves, treat it like a houseplant. Keep it inside until we are past danger of frost, and this year, probably be June. So typically it's May 15th. And then either move it outside and keep it watered and fertilized in a semi-shady area, because otherwise those leaves will burn, or you can plant it in your garden. Keep it watered, and then when the leaves are frosted in the fall, dig it up, let it rest for 2 months, and then replant it in soil and redo the whole process.
I always leave mine in the pots. I don't put them in the ground.
It works that way too.
Okay, let's go to Sally in Stoughton. Hi, Sally.
Hi.
Hi. What's your question?
I have an orchid. After it finishes blooming, what do I do with it?
Okay, it sort of depends upon what kind of orchid, but if it's a phalaenopsis, and that's a very common one, it's sort of, the flower is round, many different colors.
With the big stem.
With the great big stem. Let the flowers just drop off, leave the stem, because a lot of times what will happen is a second shoot will come out of that stem. And, since the flowers last for such a long time, it's a great way to get rebloom.
So don't cut the stem off?
No.
Okay. Let's go to Larry in Madison. Hi, Larry.
Hi.
Hi, which question?
I've got about 3 house plants that have a white, it looks like a mold on top. I was wondering what caused the mold, and if I should scrape that off, or if I can grind it in.
Okay, well, that mold on the top is most likely something called powdery mildew. And a friend of mine had that on his plant in the office, and I picked off all the leaves that had the powdery mildew, but if it spreads to the whole plant, just throw it away. I mean, you can buy a fungicide, especially if it's something that's very valuable to you, but picking off the first leaves that you see that are impacted may prevent it from spreading.
But I think it's on the soil is what he's talking about.
Oh, is this on the soil, not on the leaves?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then just scrape that off, yes.
Yep.
Okay, that's salt buildup.
I think that's what he's talking about.
Okay.
We get a lot of those calls. Must be something in the water.
It is. Softened water, yeah.
All right, Mike in Partyville. Hi, Mike. Mike, you there?
Hello?
I don't think Mike's there, so let's go to Kathy in Baraboo. Hi, Kathy.
Hi.
Hi, which question?
I have several perennial gardens and wondering what I could put on them for a weed and feed or just a feed.
Okay, there is something called preen that combines both, I think that's what they call it, weed and feed, and it prevents weed seeds from germinating and fertilizes at the same time. It's a good product.
Is this the time to fertilize your lawn?
You can start to fertilize, let's see, April. If you're going to be putting a pre-emergent on, it might be a little bit early just because we're cool this year, but you could apply a fertilizer. I would rather have had you done it last fall, like before Halloween. That would have been preferable to doing it now. And as long as you use something that is slow release, that's what's critical.
Okay. Let's see here. No, I don't have a line 4 going, so nothing? All right, so just clean up around the yard?
If you're cutting back roses, wait to see. I'm starting to see buds, and that's usually a good indication of how far to cut them back, because the roses are starting to bud out. And of course, things like clematis can be cut back. All of your purple coneflowers and black-eyed Susans that you've left, you can cut those down. And the grasses, some of the Carl Foresters, we did a little spot last week. You're starting to see little green growing at the base of those ornamental grasses. Cut it back so that when you prune it, you don't cut off the leaves that are coming.
All right, and this cold weather's not going to bother things?
No, it's actually keeping everything sort of dormant. Nothing's pushing. Okay. Strawberries aren't pushing the flower buds.
It'll get here eventually,
yes,
Linda.
It will.
All right, thanks for calling, everybody. If you're on the line, stay there, Linda. We'll talk to you off the air, and we'll be right back with a final check of your forecast.